Morning, everyone. I'm Anthony from Learn to Dance, and today we're going to be taking you through a how do I dance disco dancing type lesson. Okay. One thing before you start is obviously health and safety. Make sure you've got enough space around you, nothing to fall into, that kind of stuff. Those who expected me in the white suit, I apologise. We thought we'd teach you the routines rather than go full on Travolta. Now, with our disco dancing then, what we're going to do is start off with some basic steps, build it up as we go, show you how you can modify if you want to make it more interesting. And then we might even, depending on time, we might even look at a little disco routine I put together as well. If you have any comments, any questions as we're going, just pop them up on the chat. Emma is again sat down. You can't see, there's a hand. She sat down, manning the chat for us. And you know, if you like what we're doing, you want to show some support, we have also got this thing called a super chat where you can chat to us and send a little bit of a donation, should we call it, our way. But that's not compulsory. That's what we're doing this. We're doing this for fun and to enjoy ourselves. Now, our first step, what we're going to do when we want to dance full stop to music, really is feeling the drum beat. And our basic movement, going to start off really nice and simply. Okay, keep it easy for beginners. It's going to be a step and tap and step and tap. Okay, so you go side, tap in, side, tap in. Okay, and this is actually the root or the basis for a lot of your disco moves or even just general dance moves. Is getting the beat in there first of all, and a step. You can start to, if you want to, turn the shoulders. So what you can do with the turn the shoulders, you turn the shoulder forward the way you're going to step. Okay, so a little sway from side to side. You can have a little click if you want to. If you want to get really excited, you can have a clap, get a bit of a bounce in there as we go. Okay, these are all options. So step and bounce, step and bounce we can do as well as we go. Okay, now let's just try out some music actually first of all, shall we? Get the feel for how it's going. We've got a couple of just random disco tracks, that kind of idea for you. Start with some slow ones. Okay, now again, you're listening, don't ever feel the need to start dancing the minute you hear music. You can, I like to sort of get a feel for it, tap slightly. Okay, now here we've got the beat coming in. So the idea with the step tap is you're always going to step, and it's a nice slow one. So you build up small, build up slow, take your time. If you want to, again, rotate those shoulders a little bit. We're just getting the feeling for the music. You have a little bounce if you want to, just bounce. Arms can move a little bit. Have the clicks if you want to. But you're just getting that feel for the music. That's all we've got to do. No pressure. You can even do it kind of small on the spot, just one foot to the other. You know, if you're holding your pint, you don't want to spill it, you just stand there and just have a little bounce as you go. Okay? And that's the root to, as I say, a lot of our disco moves, just that step tap type idea. Now, ways that we can then take that up, you can have a point forward. So you can step, point forward, step, point forward. And again, it's just the foot you're not stepping with. You step, point the foot forward, step, point the foot forward. So again, it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You don't be, again, it's not too, don't feel like you have to go like, da, da. We're not trying to show off here. We're just trying to dance. It's just a little bit of a nice relaxing push forward. Just keeping, again, that time as we go. So step and point, step and point, step and point. And what you can do as well is you can also point the foot behind in what we call a whisk. Cross, step, step, cross, step, cross. And again, bouncing if you want to, that kind of idea. You can swing the arms down from one side to the other. With or without a click is up to you. And again, it's just about feeling, you know what, there's no pressure. When you try to dance, it's not about impressing everyone else in the room. Okay? Sometimes it just happens. But really what you're looking to do is just try and enjoy the feeling of the music. And disco dancing or disco music is great for that because it really tends to make you feel like you want to dance. Okay, so we've got all those kind of ideas. You've got just a normal step tap, just touching in. You can point the foot forward. You can point the foot behind. You can even do it with a little rotation. So you can go clockwise or anti-clockwise. It's up to you. You know, I wouldn't necessarily try and rotate pointing forward, but the cross behind can work quite well for that. Okay, so let's try that to another piece of music. And again, this is just the real basic steps of the dance, or any dance really, just a step tap to start off with. So again, don't feel the need to start dancing straight away. You can march in the spot if you want to. Even now I'm doing a little step tap, just getting the feel for the music. You can even have a little just a tap on the foot where you're thinking, you know what, I'm getting ready. So 5, 6, 7, and step, and 2, and. If you aren't dancing already, you felt the music starting to get more excitable, you can start moving, maybe have a little points forward. step and point. Cross behind maybe, step, cross, swing the arm, have a little rotation, have a little look around. Hey, how's it going? You all right? Oh, that's an interesting move over there. Okay, that's fine. You just, again, you can step and touch, step and tap, or step and cross, and step and point. Okay? But the main thing really is just getting that feel then for the music. Always, never feel the need. As soon as the music starts to go, oh God, the music started, I should be dancing. We have it in all of our dance lessons. We say to people, don't rush. We see people, as soon as the music starts, they're trying to start dancing. No, feel the music first of all. Take your time on the spot. Okay, that's how fast it's going. That feels like that's the start of it. Let's just go and move from there. But if you just step tapping, it doesn't matter which foot you start with. Now, we can start to take that up a notch then. We can bring in a move called a chasse. Now, the idea with the chasse is that we just take 2 steps to the side. So rather than doing step, touch, we go step, close, step, touch, step, close, step, touch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And again, you can clap if you want to, 2, 3, or click. It's up to you. Or just keep the arms nice and relaxed. Generally, keep the arms sort of down here, nice and relaxed if you want to. Now, a couple of different things you can do then with this chasse style action. So the basic chasse, side together, side, and side together, side. We can introduce what we call a grapevine. And the idea of the grapevine, we go side, behind, side, and 2, 3, 4. I'll show you sideways on. Side, cross behind, and tap, and side, cross behind, and side, tap. And you might want to have a little bounce down as you go, a little dip, 2, 3, 4. But notice I'm not walking backward. I'm staying on the spot. So a little turn and a little turn from there of the hips, just to allow us to keep moving side to side. Okay. Now, another thing you can do with this, if you want to again take it, if you get really excitable, is introduce a little spin type action. And the spin is step, 2, 3. And again, I would tend, if I'm spinning, you tend to always say to people, you know what, I'm confident in what I'm doing. So I'll tend to have a little clap as well, just to sort of take it up from there. So what we can have, chasse 2, 3, and chasse 2. Now let's do our grapevine. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And then spin 2, 3, and spin 2, 3. But again, you don't have to do the chasses, the grapevines. Oh yeah, sorry, you don't have to do the grapevine. You could do chasses. You haven't got to spin. This is all about you feeling the music, feeling what works for you. We're going to show you a whole variety of steps today. And the idea is don't just think, you know what, here's a disco song, I'm going to do every single move. No, you do a couple of moves, and then the next song, you might try something else. Or again, you might get a particular piece of music. There's a song, if we get to the routine part, it talks about spinning around. When they say spinning around, what are we doing? We're turning around, because that's what they're saying. Let's do it. Okay, let's have a little try to those then, the chasses. What we'll do, I think, we'll try everything. So step and touches, just go through all the moves, and then we'll have chasses. And generally, I'll try and do everything in even numbers. 4s is actually a good thing to do for a disco, 4 of things, 4 8s, but even numbers if nothing else. Okay, so let's try it, some music, see how we do. Okay, so again, music started. We're not going to necessarily try too much. Just going to keep the beat, tap the toe. Okay, that sounds like that would have been a good point to start. That's fine. It doesn't matter. Let's give it a go. Ready? 5, 6. Okay, you know what? Now I'm ready. Step touch. That doesn't matter. No, I'm going to have a little rotation round. Why not? Is there anyone else dancing? No, just me. Okay, you know what? Let's make it a show then. Okay, we're going to touch forward. You know what? I want to look cross behind. Again, 4s or 8s, but you're hearing the music for this one, so we're going to keep doing this. I'm going to do a chasse. Chasse. Oh, like it was meant to happen. So do a grapevine. 1, 2, 3. Do a spin. Clap. Back to step touch. See, that's it. Just, and if you do 4s and 8s, generally, our disco in those kind of patterns. Okay, let's have points forward. I'm going to do my step crosses. And have a little turn around. You can rotate clockwise, anti-clockwise, doesn't matter. Whatever feels comfortable for you. Nice some step points again. And do some step taps, doesn't matter. Now again, I think it's going to change. Let's do a chasse again. Have a little bounce. Let's do a cross behind. Keep doing this for a moment. Let's put some spins in. A few more if you want to. And that's the idea. Okay, so it doesn't matter as we do this. You know, you can put his moves together in whatever order takes your fancy. The main thing is getting confident to just give things a go. But your base level is always just step touch. Always start with that, always go back to that. If you get confused, you get lost, you've got to step touch, build it up, and then go, you know what, yeah, I'm going to do the next move. Okay? Now, let's have a look. I've got a list over here of all the steps that I might cover. So if you keep seeing me look over that, let's go and have a look at my big, massive whiteboard. We're going to have a look now. We may as well. Let's get the white elephant out of the room. We're going to have a look at some disco points. So disco point, classic Travolta, arm up, okay? Normally, you go opposite way, hip to hand, okay? Just pointing up, okay? Now, classic Saturday Night Fever, the arm is down, up, down, up, down, up. And you try and move your hips the opposite way to the arm, okay? So it's down, up. One thing I would say, generally, when we talk about hips in our Latin American, we say people don't sort of do too many, don't mean to do too many sort of big hip movements. Okay, don't go outside of your body from there. You try and keep it. If you imagine you stood in a tube, that's sort of main you want to go. With disco dancing, you can take it that little bit further out. It's all about getting the furthest distance between the hips and hands. But obviously, once you start cracking out a Travolta, it kind of stands out in a room full of people. So if you don't want to do it, you don't do it. Unless, of course, Night Fever's on, in which case, you know, let's go for everyone's going to be doing that on Night Fever. So you're going to settle in with everyone else. So what we're going to have, a couple of options with that. You have just got the plane. Okay, so we can have our down and up, down, up. I heard this once described as putting your seatbelt on. So take your seatbelt, put it in, take it off, put it in, and just point in from there. So if that helps, that's one of the ways to think about it. You can do it with doubles. So you have a double up, double down, double up, double down. Other arm on the hips are your own choice. We can have just going straight up. So up, and what we'll do is then change to one side or the other. So it doesn't matter which side of the body you're doing the move with. You can change from one side to the other. Or you can just hold it. So you can have the bum, ba-da, bum, ba-da, bum, ba-da, bum, do a couple of doubles, and then just go, oh. What you can do as well, you can, oh, and then just have a bit of a, hey, and then go back to your dancing, whatever you want to do from there. So I'm not going to necessarily do that to music. Most people, I think, are aware of the Saturday Night Fever pointing. You can crack it out whenever you want to and just see how it feels. We are then, as I saw then, I was going to go into the roll the arms, okay? So you can roll, and you can roll, you can roll, okay? And that's the idea. You can do it with step in. You can just stay on the spot and just roll and just transfer the weight from one foot. You can just stand, arms in the middle, it's up to you. But I would tend to stand on one foot, then the other, little bounce, maybe a little wiggle as well as you go. Okay? As quick or as slow as you want to, or even above the head as well from there. Okay, that's going to be the idea. So we'll just try. Let's try some of that to music as well. You feel free when we're playing the music. If you want to throw some of the moves we've covered in, and I'm not saying what I'm doing, doesn't matter. This is more just about giving you a feeling for the music. Okay. So again. We're just getting the feel for the move there. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and again, just step touches. You know what? We get excited, have a little roll, and then calm down. And again, take your time with these things. Grapevine, maybe. I fancy a spin. By the way, I have no routine to this. This is just literally just doing whatever feels right. You know, have little points forward. And you know what? I fancy some disco points. How about you? 5, 6, 7, and change arms. Up, down, up, down. Let's do doubles. Double, double. Now doubles up. Double, double. And then we calm back down to set touches. And so again, it's just feeling with the music, what feels right, but worst case scenario, or you can always just come back to step touches and have some thinking time. Have a little roll. Again, turning your shoulders, talked about earlier on. And that's the idea. You don't have to worry too much about what you're doing. You just have to give it a go and see how we do. How's it going, Andy? We saying, you want me to slow it down a bit? The basic's going a bit too much because it's going to get pretty funky in a second. See how you feel. The main thing is you can take from this class the moves that you're comfortable with. So there'll be some moves you'll go, you know what, I don't think I'm ever going to crack out a disco point in a club or whatever else. I'm not going to feel confident enough to do it. That's fine. No one's going to walk up to you and go, I mean, I think you missed a move out there. You know, it's not that. It doesn't matter. Okay. Now, other things we've got. So you can have again, and some of these moves you'll see in the various dance routines that they do in Saturday Night Fever because they are disco moves. But you've got kind of the sweep, looking around the room. Hey, how's it going? And the sweep. Okay, that's always quite easy. That's just, you know, all you want to do is just, you can bounce hips or not. I just tend to have little wiggles. I'm doing it. Just bum, bada bum, bada bum, bada bum, and a bum, bada bum, bada bum, bada bum. Maybe play guitar. Bada bum, bada bum, bum. You know, that's always fun. Little point. Emma likes that move, I can tell. What you can't see is, you know, my wife gets very embarrassed. Right now, she's bright red. Okay. So there's another couple of options. You can have, again, it tends to be, if you hear the music, suddenly a moment the music's going to sort of cut out. You're like, yeah, let's move from there. Ooh. But again, that can be quite a out there kind of move. Other things that we've got, and if I'm going too quickly, then again, do tell us, because we can't see you guys dancing, so I can't tell how you're coping with it. What we're going to have a look at now is a move called a kickball change. Okay? And a kickball change is a step, bum, step, bum. Okay? So you kick left foot, notice I kick the back heel up. Step, bum, step, bum. You can do it either keeping quite flat, or you can have a little up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. It's up to you. Again, it's getting that feel that you want to do. Okay? And that's just going to be a step, step, bum, slow, quick, slow, quick. Okay, so the ball change, what we call it, which is putting the foot down and changing weight, is the quicker part. Flick, bum, flick, bum. Notice I said the word flick. Although we call it a kick ball change, a kick comes from the hip up here. We're not looking to kick anyone else in the dance floor, so you flick from the knee. Okay, so flick, bum, flick, bum. And keeping really quite close to the floor. Okay, unless we're doing karate, we don't really want the toes leaving the floor too much. So we'll just try that to some music. So again, just a kick, pull, change, kick, pull, change, kick, pull, change, kick. You can, again, do it with either foot if you want to, but if you're going to change feet, you need to have a little step, touch, and change. So you've got the other foot ready. The only thing, again, I would say is it's difficult to get the change from one foot to the other. So I would tend to stick with just one foot. Whichever foot you start the whole dance with, I tend to use left foot, but you can use right foot. I would do those kickball changes and just keep it with that foot. Keep it nice and simple. Okay. And yes, all of our live stream classes, we do make available to watch again afterwards. What we'll also do is we'll release a video. If we get as far as the routine, which I'd like to show you later, then we'll release a video of me performing that whole routine, talking you through it as we go. And also, we're looking at possibly putting up a little, the playlist of the songs we're using right now. So if you want to just have some music on the background that you can then have a go to, then that's also going to be an option as well. So all those will go onto our YouTube channel within the next 24 hours, if not today, and that kind of thing. But again, we'll see how it goes. Okay. Now, a little move we use it that comes into Charleston, disco, a lot of different dance styles, is something we're going to call the jazz square. It has different names, but we're going to call it jazz square for today. Now, the main thing that's going to happen is I step across with my left foot. I step back on my right foot. I go to the side of my left foot, and you can either close or step forward again. I tend to recommend stepping forward because it keeps you on the spot. Okay, so you step across, step back to the side, step forward. Okay, so it's going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, you can kind of step through it, lift the feet up if you want to, or keep it all quite low key. Again, that kind of comes more down to the sort of music you're listening to and the feel of whether you want to pick the feet up or not. What we're going to do in this routine is actually put both the kickball change and the jazz square together. So I'm going to have a little kickball change, jazz square, round, and so again, you can break it up from there and have a little break around. And that way, if you get excitable, what you can do with the jazz square is you can rotate anti-clockwise, rotate. And the idea is on the first step, on the step across, I step across, turn my body to the left, back, side, forward to the left. Now that gets a bit more complicated. Rotating, again, is whether you feel confident and comfortable with it. So if you're not confident with the step at the moment, don't worry about the rotation. Just stay on the spot and think, okay, you know what, I just want to keep stepping across and back and side forward. And all you have to remember is if you're going to rotate, whichever foot stepped across, we turn in the same direction. So I stepped across left foot, I turn to my left. Okay. Now, what we're going to have then, oh, yes. So let's just try, I think actually we'll just try the kickball changes and jazz square to music. Okay, again, I'm just getting the feel for the music. Okay, here's the start. So we'll start with my step touch. So how have we got the kickball change and jazz squares? We'll do it first of all rotating. So we're going to start kicking, ready? And our kickball change. Again, this is a slightly slower one, so we can take our time with it. Okay. Let's start bringing in jazz square. So cross, back, side, and cross, back, side, and you can see again, it feels quite quick if you're doing that after each other. So we're going to break it up now with a kickball change, cross, back, side, and kickball change, cross. Now again, if you're getting excitable, what you can do then is rotate, 2, 3, 4. Kickball change, rotate, 2, 3, 4. But again, if the rotation is too much for you, you can just keep facing straight to the front. If at any point you get lost, get confused, then you can always go back to your step touch. That's always our base move. Okay, with or without points, it's up to you. You know, you just get the feel for it from there. Okay, and again, it's a bit more of a complicated move, the kickball change and jazz square, but it can be quite nice to have a bit of movement around as we're going. Now, another move that John Travolta cracks out actually towards the start of Saturday Night Fever is our in and point. Okay, now a basic way of doing it is closing the foot, pointing the foot out to the side, close the foot, point the foot. So the other foot points out to the side. So again, we're going to close and point and close and point. But you may not want to just have step through it. What you might want to do is go boom, boom, ba, boom, boom, ba. Quick, slow, quick, slow. And what you're trying to do is just slide the feet, slide in and kick your other foot out of the way. Kick the foot out of the way. And that's the idea. But you can still do the same movement. It comes down to whether you're going to have so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So that's a count of 4 if you're stepping and touching. And again, you have the bounce, step, touch, up, down, up, down. Or if you're going with the quicker version, you tend to be 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. You haven't got to do it slow at the end. You could go 1, 2, 3, 4, but then it starts looking a bit energetic. So I would tend to recommend going bum, bum, ha, bum, bum, ha. Quick, slow, quick, slow. You could even have the arms moved like this or that kind of stuff. You know, it's up to you. We have got the funky chicken. Heels, elbows. Again, this comes into the Saturday Night Fever line dance. And if you want to learn the Saturday Night Fever dance, we have actually got a whole video where we teach just that routine. So we'll try one of those card things. It'll come up that side or that side. We've not tried that before. So I'm going to go, it'll come up one of these sides, and I'll know for next time which side to point to. Okay, but the idea is funky chicken, heels out, elbows out, heels in, elbows in. And you can actually incorporate that with a kickball change as well. But again, that's a lot of body movements having to happen as one. So I would tend to just do the funky chicken on its own. Okay, so boom, boom. You can incorporate knees if you want to and really get going, but that's the main idea. We are just replicating a chicken. Elbows, heels from there. Okay. Something which is good to do if you've got a group of you is a little step, bump, step, bump. You can step and bump the hip, step and bump the hip, or have a little jump and bump from there. I'm going to go over that one. It's a little bit strange when you're on your own, necessarily. Clicks. Just clicking on the spot, rocking from one foot to the other. That's quite nice and simple. And the hitchhiker. Out, 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 or again, slow, double, single, double. And I tend to just swivel the feet from one side to the other, same way as your thumb, move, double from there. Okay, so that's a whole load of moves that you can try and incorporate for your disco dancing. What I'm going to do then is show you how to put some of those, not all of them, but some of them into a routine. Okay, now what we're going to do the step touching. Okay, so step, touch, from there. Okay, so it's going to be step and point and step and point and step and point. We're going to have our whisks, step and whisk and step and whisk and step, whisk, step, whisk. Now, something I didn't show you is going to be, well, when we do a step touch, we can do clapping, but what you can do is you can clap singles and then have an extra bum bum. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 bum bum. Okay, so have a little quicker one if you want to. You can just keep doing single claps, that's easier, but if you want to have a little double clap, it's a quicker one that's still ending on the same point you would have normally clapped. If that makes sense. Now, something that comes into the Satellite Fever line dance is actually walk back and forward. And so you can walk back 2, 3, and walk forward 2, 3, and. Okay, so just walk in 2, 3, and walk in from there. Now, what we're going to do in this routine, I'm going to walk back and have a little pop forward, pop back, walk forward, and pop back, pop forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, forward and back, and 1, 2, 3, 4, back and forward and. Okay, that's going to be the idea. Okay, rolling is up to you, but I quite like doing that myself. We're going to have just stepping and clapping. We're going to have the kick, pull, change with the jazz square. So kick, pull, change, and again, rotating. I'll rotate. If you don't want to rotate, you haven't got to. And I think everything else we have actually shown you. There's going to be the close points from here. Close points. We're going to do up, 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 then play the guitar with a little bit of hip. Hey, do a grapevine 2. So you can either cross in front or cross behind. It's up to you. It doesn't matter. I tend to cross behind, and then you can spin and spin. Now, we're going to have a walk through the entire routine, see how we feel. And, oh yes, one other move with the whisking to get really excitable. As well as just whisking, what you can do is point up and down, up and down. And we're going to roll the arms from one side to the other. And up, down, roll up. Okay, that's going to be the idea. So I'm going to walk you through the entire routine, talk about some of the variations where we do them, and then we'll try it to music and see how we do. Okay, so I'm going to start off just step clapping, clap, clap, clap. What I'm tend to do is I'm going to do 7, 6, 7, have a little double clap, bum, bum. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, clap, 5, clap, 6, clap, 7, clap, 8, bum, bum. And one thing you'll notice there actually is we tend to not clap at the same time as we step. We're not going step. It's step, clap as you touch, step, clap as you touch. Okay? Then we have our walk back. So I'll walk back, bum, 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 bum. We'll go back, forward, back, forward. Okay, we're then going to bring in the step tapping. So step, tap forward, step, tap forward, step, tap forward, step, tap forward, step, bang, cross, step, bang, cross, step, bang, cross, step, bang, cross, and then repeat that from there. What we'll do, I think, is try just that first section like that and see how we feel. And again, if there's any parts of this that don't make sense or we go over too quickly, just let me know, okay? So again, the music started. We have little step claps, step, clap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and clap. Walking back, lean forward, lean back, walking forward, 2, 3, and lean back, lean forward, and walking back, and forward, and back, and. And then we're going to have our little step taps. So, step, point forward. You can just tap on the spot if you want to. And then the whisks, cross behind. Again, we just break it up a little bit, keep it interesting for ourselves. Step, point, step, point, step, point, step, point, step, cross, step, cross, step, cross, step, cross. Okay, and that's the kind of idea. Then bear in mind, it doesn't matter. If you have other moves, you think, you know what, I'd prefer to do this move, you do it. That's the whole point of disco dances. What music feels like you want to do, you do it. Now, we're then going to bring in the kick, ball, change and the jazz square round. So again, it's going to be our kick, ball, change, kick, ball, change. And again, I'm going to turn. If you don't want to rotate, you can stay facing forward. Again, the jazz square is step across, back, side, forward. You just keep moving in a box, a square. So again, cross and back and side and forward. But ideally, I'd like you to rotate 2, 3, 4. And the idea is we're going to do that 4 times. And by the time you've done it 4 times, we should be back to where we started. So bum, 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 turn, 2, 3, 4, bum, 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 turn, 2, 3, 4. But if you want to do it all facing the front, you can do as well. Okay, so try it a bit to music. 5, 6, 7, and kick, ball, change, rotate, 2, 3, 4, kick, ball, change, 1, 2, 3, 4, kick, ball, change, rotate, 2, 3, and kick, ball, change, rotate, 2, 3, and. Okay. And then we're getting into our chorus bit. It gets a bit excitable. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring in our little close da da, bum bum bum, point 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 point. Play the guitar. Okay. Emma's favourite bit. If you could just see how red she is right now, she's laughing at me. I'm trying my best here. Oh, sorry, laughing. She's laughing with me as I, parade myself in front of you. Okay, so what we're going to have, it's going to be, we'll just come back round from doing our jazz square round forward. You come in and out straight away. Okay, you do the quick versions. If you want to do the slow versions, you can just close and point and close and point. That's fine. But ideally, we're going to come in and go out, out, pause, out, out, pause, arm, play the guitar. Get a little bit of hip action going. Have a look at that person over there. Go, yeah, look at me. And then they turn away and walk away. And you think, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll put that move back in the cupboard for a bit. Then we have our grapevines. Grapevine to the side. Grapevine to the side. Spin to the left and a clap and a spin to the right. Again, with some pieces of disco music, especially when doing Saturday Night Fever, I like with the spins to kind of step, 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 and step, step. Make it a bit more of a deliberate stepping action. But you can also just slide the feet, keeps it a bit more controlled as well as you go. Okay, so try that section to music. 5, 6, ready, and quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, points. Up, 2, 3, 4, play the guitar, and grapevine across. Then have our spin. Spin, 2, 3. Now we go back to our kickball changes. Once we're going to do a second section of those, second section, and then go back to our kickball changes. Okay, so we're going to try the second section. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and quick, quick, slow. Quick, quick, slow. Point, 2, 3, 4. Play the guitar and the grapevine. Cross in front, cross behind. Depends how you feel. Go both ways. Turn, 2, 3, and turn. Now we're back to our kickball changes. Kickball change, rotate. 2, 3, and kickball change, rotate. Again, you can stay straight if you want to. Kickball change, rotate. 2, 3, 4, kickball change. And again, what we're going to do is go back to our step taps. Step. We just calm down a bit. Let's just give ourselves some thinking time. A little whisk maybe. And again, step and point, step and point, step and point, step and point, whisk. Then we'll get excitable. What we're going to do is reach up and down, up, roll the arms, roll, and up, down, roll, up, down, roll, and they'll get really excitable. After this one, we're going to turn around, rolling. Okay. So again, that's completely up to you. So you just say spin around. I think it's quite nice to spin around. What we'll do after that, turn around and go straight back into our point slows and our point slows. Okay, that's going to be the idea. And then we'll repeat the whisks with the points to finish the song. That's going to be the idea. Any questions so far? Apart from, is it over yet? It will be over soon, I promise. Thank you for those that stuck with us for the entire class. We're going to try the entire thing to music, see how we do. But again, it doesn't matter what you do. You can bring in any of the moves we've covered. You can do your own thing. You can stand there and shimmy. We don't mind. Absolutely fine. Okay. The important thing now is, can I remember the routine? We'll see what happens. Worst case scenario, if I start cracking out something you don't recognise, just go with it. Again, we're just going to get the feel for the music. So step touching. Incorporate my clapping. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Double clap. Walk back. Lean forward, lean back. Walking forward. You could just keep walking forward and back. It doesn't matter. We have our step touches. Step, point. Whisking. Stepping the arm across the body, maybe. Step, point, step, point, step, point, step, point, step, cross. Now there's kickball change if ready. Kickball change. Turn in, rotate, round, and kickball change, rotate, round, and kickball change, rotate, 2, 3, 4, kickball change. Now we're getting excited, ready, and out, slow, out, slow, the points, point, 2, 3, 4, play that guitar, and grapevine. Turn in. And again from here, we're going to repeat the close points again. Out, 2, 3. Quick, slow. Point, 2, 3, 4. Play the guitar and grapevine. Spinning. We go back to our kickball changes. Kickball change. Rotating round. Or again, whatever move takes your fancy. And kickball change. Ba-da, ba-da, ba-da. Step, taps. Music cut out of it. Let's go for it. Whisk. Points again. Now we'll be getting excitable and do our up points. Up, down, roll down here. Up, down, let's roll above our head. And up, down, roll down here. Up, down, if you want to, go around on the spot. And out, 2, 3. Quick, slow. And point, 2, 3, 4. Play the guitar around our grapevine. Turn in. Almost there. Up and down again. Roll. Up, down, roll. Up, down, roll. Up, down, spin. Now, that is a routine that I've choreographed to basically that particular piece of music. But all the other songs that went on didn't really have a routine. I had a rough idea what I might do. I kept to 4s or 8s, and it always means it fits the music. You haven't got to do set routines, okay? Sorry, Emma's currently trying to write you all a monologue, and I've had to remind her there was a character limit on comments. Okay. But the main thing is really just try different moves, see what feels right to you, what you feel confident and comfortable with, and just crack it out. No one is going to walk up to you and go, "Oh, I think you could probably do something." They might do. Hopefully, they won't. But the main idea is really should be just do what you feel comfortable with. So you crack out a few of those moves. You keep everything step tap for the moment, and then one song comes on. No one's really looking. Okay, everyone sort of lead me to it. Okay, let's just have a little point forward. Okay, you know what? This is. Oh, okay. Oh, hey, how's that going? Again, you just kind of build it up as you go. Bring the odd couple of moves, and you think, you know what? Maybe doing this is going to be a little bit out there. We'll leave that one for today, that kind of stuff. But that's the main thing: is just having fun, enjoying yourself. So, what we're going to do, we will upload a disco playlist of all the songs and a few others we didn't get to today. You can just listen to and dance along to and try out the different moves. We will look at yes. My favourite move is play the guitar as well. Emma less so convinced, but again, if you're going to do it, just strum. But you got to be careful where you strum. Okay, you have to be careful where you strum. I tend to strum by the hip. It's a little less controversial. I'm just saying. Okay, she's really lost it down there now. But yeah, we'll upload a playlist of all the songs we've done. We'll upload a video of me dancing routine, talking you through it. And And yeah, other than that, we'll put down the list of all the steps we've covered in the comments on this video as it goes live. We hope you've enjoyed it. We are sort of looking at doing weekly live stream classes, but I have no idea yet what we're going to do next week. We sort of tend to just kind of, by about Wednesday, I've tended to decide what we're going to do and that kind of stuff. But we might look at doing some, I think we'll keep it solo possibly for the moment, and then we'll have a look at doing some couple stuff if people would like to see that. Equally, we did this disco class for Andy Campbell. Actually, he was one of our commenters that asked us if we could do a disco class. If there's anything you'd like to see us do or attempt, disco is not my forte, but yeah, I've got to have fun with it. Then obviously we're more than happy to give that a go. And yeah, for those that have been with us for the entire, is that 40 minutes? 40 minutes. Thank you very much for being with us for the entire time. I haven't had lunch. I'm quite hungry, and I've got a cup of tea that's gone probably stone cold down there. So thank you for joining us. I've been Anthony from Learn to Dance. Emma's been on the chat down there, and we will hopefully see you again soon. Thank you.